Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bushnell Prairie City High School as we are here for BPC Junior High 7th and 8th grade volleyball. It is 8th grade appreciation night. We will have that on our next broadcast. So we'll do the 7th grade game here, and then we'll take a break, and we'll come back with the 8th grade broadcasts. And the 8th grade appreciation will be right at the start of the 8th grade broadcast. We are here with West Central Heat and the BPC Spartans. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. My name is Dwayne. I'll be bringing you all the action. We'll take a break here on the JoJo's pregame show. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Welcome back. It works better if I turn my volume up. I apologize. As I said, this is the JoJo's Gaming Parlor pregame show. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Lives presented by MDH Events on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. So this is pregame warm-ups. We're just about a minute and a half away from getting ready to go here for the 7th grade contest. The Spartans, you can tell how old I am. I just said Lady Spartans. The Spartans will be hosting a 7th grade regional game. It's more or less a play-in game. They have 5 teams in their region. They're in their regional, and they will be playing on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. There will be no fans allowed in this event, so the only place to see it will be here on the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. That's simply an IHSA rule, or IESA rule in this case. It's not a school rule, and obviously not our rule, so please don't shoot any hate mail at the school. They unfortunately have no control over this, and they are going along for the ride, so to speak. Once again, you're listening to the pregame show here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It is brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. So come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. West Central is doing their warm-ups as we speak, and with that in mind, we'll take one more quick break, and we'll be right back here on TSSR Game Time Live with the first serve right after this.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School Junior High Volleyball. Coming your way right now. Just about ready to start with the 7th grade contest. You were listening to the pregame show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. They play all the BPC games on the big screen there in-house, so make sure you go check out the facilities and catch you a cold drink and maybe take home some extra cash while you're at it at JoJo's Gaming Parlor, better known just simply as JoJo's here in Bushnell. I want to welcome all the West Central Heat fans that might be watching or will be watching. Hopefully you get to enjoy the game as well. So we are underway. Don't forget the live chat is available, so make sure you take advantage of that and let us know what's going on with you and who you're watching and where you're watching from, so on and so forth. We love to do a little interaction when we get the chance here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're just about ready to get underway. It's been a long couple minutes since the horn blew. Starting for the Spartans will be number 24. That is Caroline Spangler. Number 33, Joe Haga. Number 14, Addison Mason. Like BPC will receive first. Also out there, number 12, Destiny Sykes. Back to serve for the Heat is number 25. That is Lauren Winters. And the first serve is an ace. A point for the Cyclones. Or, excuse me, for the Heat. And then a serve in the net gives the BPC their first point. Serve is in the net. So that is a side out back to the Heat. It's 2-1 the score. Back to serve for the Heat. Number 23. Can't really see the number. Number 13, actually, it is. London Parker. Ball falls to the floor. It's a BPC point. 2-2 is the score. Back to serve for the Spartans is Caroline Spangler. Should go underhand and a deep serve. Dug by number 13, London Parker. Going to be pushed across. And then it's going to fall as the set by Destiny Sykes on the receive was not high enough to get anything to work with. So back to serve for the Heat is number 5, Lainey Klossing. Checking in is number 8, Michaela Meyer. Klossing to serve now. It is out of bounds, a service error. Possession to BPC. Serving for BPC is number 40, Taylor Linder-Howe. And the overball goes out of bounds. BPC has the lead, 4-3. Linder-Howe's serve received. Bump set, and it's going to be a free ball knocked over by number 18, Ruby Giddings. And then a nice dig by Meyer. And this time it's going to be a free ball across and then a free ball right back as the setter Winters gets underneath it. It's going to be bumped across by Giddings. And it'll fall side out to the Heat. Looks like number 36, Autumn Rankin, going to take a seat. We'll see what number comes in for her into the back row and is going to serve. Looks like it's going to be number 20, Peyton Luddington. So Luddington's back to serve for the Heat. Nice overhand serve. Is going to drop just past the 10-foot line. And the overball bumped across by Caroline Spangler is going to go out of bounds Another point for the Heat. It's 5-4. Next serve, another over ball on a serve. Haga is going to push it over, and it'll be a point for the Heat. 6-4 is the score. Still back serving is Ludington for West Central. Spangler, nice bump this time. It's going to go across thanks to Mason, and then it's going to be bumped up. Nice little hit across to kill for Natalie Willie, and a side out for BPC. Natalie Willie playing the net, got up on the overball, pushed it right back the other direction, and a point to BPC. Back to serve for the Spartans is Addison Mason. That ball was very close to being out, but it was chased down by Lauren Winters, I believe, and it goes out of bounds on the hits, or on the bump, so it'll be a 6-6 tie here as Mason serves one more time. It's dug in the back row, a set by Ludington, and then it's going to be a hit across. Oh, a nice save, and Linder Howell gets it over. A great save. I believe that was Haga over there. It was either Haga or Sykes that got it up, and then Linder Howell put it across. Another point for BPC. They lead 7-6. Mason serve, another deep one, and it's going to go off of Winters to the baseline. A point for BPC, and that's about 2 or 3 points that have been so close. They're right there on the edge of whether you can let them go and they'll go out of bounds, or whether you should hit them, and Winters has tried to get both of them. You can't blame her for it. They're too close to let go, really, but they're very hard to handle serves. Another deep serve to Winters. Winters is going to get it. It's going to be bumped up by Meyer and then put across. Mason received the hit, but it's going to be bumped across backwards by Willie outside the foul pole, so it'll be a side out and a point for the Heat. It did go over the net and land in bounds, but it came outside the foul pole. Has to go inside the foul poles. Linder Howell struggles with the serve receive, and it's going to be another point for the Heat. Serving for the Heat is number 18, Ruby Giddings. 8-8 is the score here in game number 1. A nice serve. Haga tried to receive it overhead and couldn't get a good grip on the ball. An ace, and it's 9-8. West Central. Giddings back to serve again. Overhand serve. Nice spin on that ball as Caroline Spangler can't control it in the back row. Another point for the Heat. That ball is not flying very hard, but it does have a ton of spin as it comes to the side and to the serve receive side, and a timeout on the floor charged to the Spartans, I do believe. So with that, we'll take a break ourselves, and we'll be right back after this here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School after the timeout. A 4-point run for the Heat, and Giddings is going to serve one more time. It's got somebody, Haga, coming out of the timeout, having to tie her shoe. It's 10-8 to score, game number 1. Giddings another serve, another big-time spin. It's going to be pushed across by Sykes, but it's going to go out of bounds. Another point for the Heat. That was a good dig by Haga as Linder Howell got ate up by it. And then a service error finally is going to give the serve back to BPC. They trail 11-9 here in game number 1. Back serving for BPC is number 21, Natalie Willie. The underhand serve right to the middle of the floor, dug by Klossing. And then it's going to go across by Winters. Willie pushes it right back across. And then I believe it's Winters tried to get it at the net, and it's going to fall A point for BPC makes it 11-10. Winters had a great position to knock that back across the net, but she didn't get there quite quick enough, so it falls on the West Central side. Giddings again with another save. It's going to go Ludington on the bump to get it across, a free ball, but it falls right in the middle of the defense. A side out and a point for the Spartans. 12-10 is the score. Sub coming in is number 8. Meyer goes out, and checking in is number 10, Hannah Carnes for the Heat. Haga gets it. It's going to be a free ball, and then it's going to be hit out of bounds as Winters hits it long, and a point and a side out for BPC. And the serve by Willie. Excuse me, not by Willie. It was by Sykes. Ends up in an ace and a point for BPC, and we're knotted at 12. Sykes to serve again. Going to be dug there by Winters. Set by Ludington. Giddings, and somebody was in the net. And a point to BPC. Might have been two people in the net, actually. I think Giddings. Not Giddings, excuse me, Klossing. Klossing is the one that hit it out. 13-12. BPC has clawed back to the lead now. There's the set by Ludington to Klossing. Klossing's hitting error this time is going to fall on West Central's side, and it'll be a 14-12 game. Number 1 currently for BPC. Sykes still serving for the Spartans. The underhand serve is going to go right to Giddings that time, and then Ludington's going to set. It's going to be bumped across by Parker. Here's a set. Spangler pushes it across. It's going to come back across on the let as it hits the top of the net and just barely fell on the, I think it was Parker that bumped it across, and it's just one of those deals that balanced on the net. Not a whole lot you could do with it. Spangler tried to up it and let somebody get to something, but they weren't able to do it. In for BPC is Callie English. She's going to replace Sykes in the back row. Back to serve for the Heat is number 25, Lauren Winters. And into the net, a service error. That's going to give the side out back to BPC as it makes it 15-13. Haga back to serve now. Across it goes. It's dug by, not sure it was the Giddings, and then Linder Howe tries to push it back across, but it goes right into the net. Side out to West Central. 15-14 is the score. Back to serve is number 13, London Parker for the Heat. Underhand serve. Linder Howe's got it. Onto the net it goes, and it's going to fall on BPC's side. A point for the Heat, and they knotted at 15. Oh, scratch that. They called somebody in the net, apparently. I did not see that. So it makes it 16-14. BPC with the serve. Spangler is the serve, and an ace into the left deep corner over. See who that is. I think it was Giddings over there. Nope, it was Klossing who was playing deep. Let it go over her head. 17-14 is the score. Spangler to serve again. This one goes down the middle of the floor. Parker's going to bump it. Winters sets it. It's going to be bumped across by Rankin. Haga has it. Now Linder Howe chases it down. It's going to go over, and it's inbounds. A couple of free balls back and forth they go, and then Winters can't get to it effectively, and it's going to fall. A point for BPC, 18-14, and a timeout charge to West Central. Here in game number 1, the Lady Spartans looking for their first victory of the year at the 7th grade level. The Spartans lead 18-14 as we enter through game number 1. Helping to bring this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the Bank of Friendly Service. Call 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. In Hensley Grain and Rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy the shortened athletic campaign. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell, for over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility at Cole Street to learn more. F&M Bank, a member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Spangler to serve again, a 4-point lead for BPC. Right over the net it goes. What a low serve. And a good job to try and get it over was number 10, Carnes, but it's going to fall. Linder Howell nearly got into the net. Very lucky to not get called for a net violation. 19-14. Carnes with the dig. Winters with the set. It's going to be pushed over on a bump by Giddings. Haga is going to try to set it up, and it's going to be knocked across by Mason. Now Rankin's going to put it across. Linder Howell is trying to hit it, but it's going to fall, and it'll be a side out to the Heat. 19-15 is the score. BPC with a 4-point lead here. Back to serve is number 5, Klossing. Another underhand serve. Linder Howell's going to push it right back across. Winters sets, and it was number 18, Giddings, trying to decide what to do. She wanted to hit it, but she was in a bad position to do so. So she tried to set it at the last second and didn't get it across the net. Linder Howell back to serve for BPC in a 5-point lead, 20-15. Sykes just checks back in as English takes a seat. Linder Howell serving. Winters with a bump set. Rankin's going to bump it across. Linder Howell sets it up. And it goes across by Spangler. Now Winters sets again. This time coming up is Klossing. The bump across not handled by Mason. It's going to be a side out to the Heat. 20-16 the score. 5 points away from a game win here, or a set win for BPC. And to serve for the Heat is number 20, Peyton Ludington. As Rankin takes a seat. Ludington's serve overhand to Mason. It's going to fall on the BPC side of the net. Point to the Heat, 20-17. So Ludington back to serve again as she will be the setter. And the serve falls in front of the back line, an ace. And another point for the Heat as they close the gap to 20-18. Jacinda Hill is the 7th grade coach. Of course, Jess Schwindow is the head coach for the 7th grade for BPC. And a service error gives the serve back to BPC on a side out, 21-18. Here's Mason to serve again. A nice deep serve. Winters is able to get to it. Klossing a bump set, and it's going to go across. And a great little attack. Michaela Meyer on the bump gets it right across the top of the net and a side out to the Heat. And it's 21-19. Back to serve for the Heat is number 18, Ruby Giddings. And she's going to serve it right into the net. Another side out and a point to BPC, 22-19. Back to serve for BPC is number 21, Natalie Willie. She scored several points on her serve first time through. Underhand serve in motion. Giddings the set. Winter to Ludington, and then now it's going to fall. Nice job of teamwork, Haga and Sykes, and a point for BPC. It's 23-19. Willie's to serve again. This time it's going to go deep middle. Klossing's going to get there. Winters with the bump, and Klossing's going to send it across. Willie's going to get it set up. Sykes, and then Haga and Spangler cannot get to it. A side out to the Heat. They trail by 3, 23-20. Checking in to serve will be Carnes for West Central. Serve to Linder Howell. Sykes is going to push it across. Carnes with the dig. It's going to be Ludington. Winters gets it across. Now Mason with the dig. Spangler's going to send it across, and it's going to fall out of bounds. Another point for the Heat, and they close to within 2, 23-21. It's still Hannah Carnes to serve for West Central. Here comes Mason with the serve receive. Linder Howell way up in the air. It's going to go across by Spangler. Now Spangler's going to send it right back across, and it's going to fall. Spangler does not set up the offense. This goes right back on the attack with a bump right across the net, and it's set point for BPC, 24-21. Back to serve for the Spartans is number 12, Sykes. Clausen is going to push it across. That's going to go out of bounds. Set win to BPC. That's how we will end set number 1, 25-21. BPC will get ready for set number 2 in just a moment. I'm going to bring you this contest is Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish BPC athletes good luck this season. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in-home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street in Bushnell, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at mbfurniturinc.com. You can also call them at 309-772-2111. And Country Financial agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about ways to protect the things that mean the most in your life and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial, 309-772-3003. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second generation of business continues to grow and continues to support BPC athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. So, set number 1 is complete, 25-21. The score, BPC with the win over West Central. Game number 2 getting ready to start for BPC. It'll be Haga, Sykes, and Spangler in the back row. No, that's not Spangler. It's Willie, excuse me. It's going to be Spangler, Linder Howell, and Mason in the front row for the Spartans here as we start game number 2. You will notice that because of COVID, we aren't changing sides or anything. Everything stays the same. So it's Winters and Parker in the front row. I think Clausen will be up there also. Carnes is in the back row, along with number 36, Rankin, and number 18, Giddings for the Heat. So here we go. It'll be BPC to serve first, I do believe. The referee's going to talk to Coach Hill, I believe, about the rotation. We'll see here if something changes. 25-21 was the score of the first set. They're having a pretty lengthy conversation over there. And we're going to go ahead and play. Got to have a ball, though. Minor technicalities. So we'll be Haga back to serve first for the Spartans. They won game 1, 25-21. Nice serve as Giddings come flying in to try to get to it, but it'll be an ace for BPC. Second serve. I was going to drop short as well in front of Rankin. And point number 2 for the Spartans. Another short serve. That time Rankin was able to get to it, but nobody else. Clausen and Winters both made an attempt, but couldn't get it over the net. So it's 3-0 BPC here in set number 2. They won set number 1, 25-21. Rankin gets a good dig that time. Winters is going to push it across. Linder Howe is going to send it right back. Rankin is there again. It's going to come across, and BPC can't get to it. A side out as it fell right in front of Taylor Linder Howe. Mason tried to make an attempt, just didn't have enough time to get there. Back to serve for the Heat, number 25, Lauren Winters. It's going to go in. That's an ace. That is an ace. That's a good call. That was a great serve by Lauren Winters, and it's 3-2 for BPC. Winters back to serve one more time and a chance to tie the score here early in set number 2. Deep it is. Sykes with a dig. Haga's going to put it up. Now Sykes is going to have to push it a long ways across. It's not going to get there. And it's going to be 2 straight service points for Winters in the Heat. And it's knotted up at 3 apiece. Another nice serve. Sykes goes after it, diving headlong. Gets her hands on it, but can't get it up in the air. It goes straight out of bounds. And it's 4-3 Heat. Another nice serve, and it fell right in front of Willie. An ace for Winters. 5-3 is the score. She'll try it one more time here. Here's Lauren Winters to serve again. Willie gets it. It's going to fall, and Mason's going to send it across, but it's going to go outside the foul pole on the other side, and another point for the Heat. 5 straight service points for Winters, and another ace that time, make it 6 straight service points. And a timeout called by BPC and Coach Jess Schwindow. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 7-3, the Heat lead in set number 2.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our number 1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School BPC 7th grade action. Set 1, 25-21. Lauren Winters is on a 6 service point streak here, so she has led her team back. 7-3 is the score, and about 5 of those have been aces. So one timeout's been called by BPC here in set number 2. That time, Sykes unable to control the serve. Another point for the Heat. Right in front, Haga got an arm on it, unable to do anything else. And another point, an ace for Winters. Makes 8 straight service points. Now she's going to change things up. Comes near side and deep, going to try jump serve. That's a nice serve and an ace. If it works once, go back to it again. Let's see if I can make it work 2 times in a row. It's funny how they're able to practice and serve from different spots. Another ace as it's going to go off of Mason and across the net out of bounds. That makes 10 straight service points for Winters. 10-3 is the score. Make that 11-3. Sorry about that, I missed one. It is 10 straight service points. 11-3 is the score, though. And that time the jump serve just missed it a smidge, and it fell short as it hit the white stripe on the net and fell onto West Central's side. So it's 11-4. Back to serve is Spangler for BPC. Clausen set it. Winters with a bump set. Clausen's going to put it across. Sykes is there. Haga is going to put it up. Now Sykes is going to try and put it across, and she is not going to get the job done. Side out point for the Heat. Back to serve for the Heat, number 13, London Parker. Her team leading 12-4 here in set number 2. BPC won set 1, 25-21. Set by Mason. Linder Howe's going to push it right across. Carnes sets it up. Winters with the set. A hit by Giddings, and then BPC can't control the pass, and it's going to be another point for the Heat. Parker is on the serve. Mason on the receiving end of that, but unable to control it, and another point for the Heat. 14-4, got somebody tying a shoe down there. Haga, I think that is, but they got it back on, so we're good to go now. Parker to serve her third serve. Sykes is going to bump it right straight across. Clausings sets Giddings. Giddings bumps it across on a free ball. Now Mason's going to push it back across. Winters again. Clausings going to set, and it's not going to be able to be gotten to by anyone. Winters is the setter, but she's had to receive the last 2 free balls, and that's going to get a side out to BPC. Back to serve is Taylor Linder Howell. She thought about going overhand, then went down underhand. Winters on the set. Giddings with the hit. Haga with the dig on the receive. Linder Howell sets. Willie's going to push it across. Carnes with the dig. Winters with the set. Giddings is going to bump it across on a free ball. Linder Howell sets it. Mason's going to bump set, and then Sykes is going to hit it across. There's Parker to, what do we, going to replay. We're going to do a replay. Not sure what happened there, but that was a lot of playing to have a replay. Must have, if 2 people were in the net or what, but at any rate, Linder Howell's serve this time, after all that, is going to go out of bounds. A point to the Heat, and it's 15-5. A 10-point lead for the Heat. Back to serve is number 5, Lainey Clausing for the Heat. I remember back in the day when there was 2 little marks on the floor. You can see the first one over there on the far side. The server had to stay in between those 2 lines, and there's Clausing's underhand serve. Is no good, so side out to BPC. Back to serve will be number 14, Addison Mason. Her underhand serve, nice speed on underhand serve. Clausing is able to dig it, can't do anything with it. And it was number 8, Meyer, trying to track it down. She was unable to do so, so a service point for Mason. Nice deep serve. It was Parker there, and then it's going to be pushed across. And then Mason's going to knock it across, and it's going to be out of bounds. That was Giddings who got it across for West Central. Looks like Ludington's going to check back in for Rankin. That is their normal service. So a side out. 16-7 is the score. Ludington back to serve. Peyton Ludington has had some success at the service line in set number 1. Is back to serve here in set 2. Linder Howe diving after it, can't get there. She got there but couldn't control it, and it goes out of bounds. Possession to the Heat. Another point. Make it 17-7 now. Ludington's going to serve again. Nice overhand serve. Deep it goes, and then I think Spangler and Linder Howe both called for it, and at the last second, they both let it go. 18-7 is the score now. Ludington's going to serve one more here. Didn't like the toss, so she let it fall. That is legal. Nice overhand toss this time. Haga's going to push it right back. It's going to be set by Parker, and then Ludington couldn't get to it to set it. And Winters let it fall and a side out to BPC. 18-8 the score. BPC trails by 10 here. They won set 1. This is set 2. It is Willie serving. Ludington sets Winters, and Winters had the attempt at the attack, but a hitting error for Winters as she dug the serve and then couldn't hit the on the attack, and it's a point for BPC. They trail 18-9 now. Willie serves again. This time it's Parker. And then a nice block by Haga on the attack by Meyer. Meyer had the attack, but Haga was there to block. And BPC closes back to within 8, 18-10, as Willie serves 2 service points in a row. That time it is Parker on the dig. And again, with people at her feet, Meyer not able to get that attack across. She couldn't jump or even step into it. She just had to take a swing at it, and it's 18-11. Willie on the serve again. She served 3 straight points now. Short serve. Winters on the dig. Ludington with the set. I'm not sure who she was setting. It goes to Parker, though. Now Ludington is going to have to bump it. Giddings with the set. Winters is going to bump it across. Then it goes out of bounds on the free ball. Possession to, or I should say point to BPC. That's 4 service points for the Spartans and Natalie Willie. And a timeout is going to be charged to the Heat. So we'll take a short break as well, and we'll be right back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Welcome back from the timeout. West Central has taken it after giving up 4 straight points to Natalie Willie and the Spartans. The lead has been cut to 6, 18-12. Helping to bring to this contest is McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention and care and rehabilitation. As Willie's serve, we'll finish that in just a second. Winters with the serve receive. Giddings is going to push it across. She does. And Spangler tries to hit it right back. Haga can't get to it, and a side out to the Heat. Rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, hospital caring. Giddings with the serve. Willie with the dive on the serve receive. It goes out of bounds. A point for Giddings. And the Heat lead 20-12. And that's an ace. As Willie came in to receive overhead, and then everybody yelled out, so she let it go, and it landed about 6 inches inside the back line. And it'll be 21-12 now. Giddings another serve. Mason on the receive. Now Willie, and it's going to go into the net, and Mason Sykes had very little opportunity to do anything with that. That makes it 22-12. Back to a 10-point advantage. Giddings another serve, and Linder Howe struggles, but it falls out of bounds. So it rode up on her. And another point for the Heat. 23-12. And a passing error by number 8, Michaela Meyer, is going to give a side out to BPC. They trail 23-13. Back to serve is Sykes, number 12 for the Spartans. Ludington to set. It's going to be the attack by Winters, and that was out of bounds, but Mason went after it anyway, and that's going to end up being a side out and a point for the Heat. And it's now set point West Central, 24-13. And to serve for the Heat will be number 10, Hannah Carnes. She served 3 straight points at the beginning of the match in the first set. Checking in for BPC is number 8, Callie English. It's going to go back across, and it's going to fall. I believe it was Winters and Klossing there, and that's going to be game point as Carnes gets the game point serve. And that's how we will end set number 2, 25-13. And we go to 3 here at BPC High School. We'll be right back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Welcome back. We are going to set number 3, 25-21 BPC, and set 1, 13-25. A win for West Central in set number 2, the third and final deciding set coming up in just a second here at BPC High School for 7th grade action. Again, we will have 8th grade appreciation night at the start of the 8th grade broadcast. So as soon as the 7th grade game is over, we'll give you a couple service point stats that we've kept, and then we will go to the break, which will be very short, and then we'll come back with the 8th grade contest, which will start with 8th grade appreciation night. Starting for BPC here in set number 3, Mason, Linder Howell, and Spangler on the front row, Haga, Sykes, and Willie again in the back row. As we're still got 48 seconds here, helping to bring you this contest is the Community News Brief. The Community News Brief is a free publication distributed over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and even more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. Carnes is in the back row, Rankin in the back row, and Giddings in the back row for the Heat. Looks like Winters, Klossing, and Parker on the front row. Haga's serve. Giddings with a dig. Winters gets there, can't do much with it, and Rankin is unable to get it across. To a point for BPC as they take a 1-0 lead. Haga served the first 3 points of set number. And then an ace again for Haga. Another point for BPC. As I was saying, she served the first 3 points for BPC to open game set number 2, followed by 10 straight points by Winters for the Heat. Here's another serve. It gets dug by Rankin, a set by Winters, I believe, and then it's going to be Parker sending it across, and BPC can't do anything with it. A side out and a point to the Heat. 2-1 is the score. Back to serve will be Winters for the Heat. She served 10 straight on the last service. Actually, as I look, it was 11 straight. And Winters' serve here is an ace for the youngster from West Central. She has got a nice serve. She even did jump serve last time towards the end of her. And her serve is coming in hot, rolled right up the arms of number 12, Destiny Sykes, and another point for West Central. Winters again to serve. And an ace. What a serve. That barely made it over the net, and it had a slicing right. Is a slice a right, or is that a hook? Anyway, it slides to the right, and it's an ace for Winters. Now it's going to be Willie going to get it up and over the net it goes. Winters with the set. It's going to go crossed. Linder Howell on the receive. Mason's going to bump it across on a free ball. Now it's going to be Klossing to Winters, and then it's going to fall on BPC's side as they're unable to return the attack, and it's going to be another point for the Heat. They lead 5-2. And an ace as Haga was getting ready to return that. And then at the last second, everybody yelled out, and I don't think it was actually out. She had a chance, and she kind of pulled off of it. Winters to serve again. Another nice serve. Sykes can't control it. Haga's going to track it down, but unable to get anybody else close to it. Another point for the Heat. Makes it 7-2. And another point for Winters. And a timeout to BPC. Also helping to bring you this contest, McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. That's McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Centers. So BPC trailing 7-2 here in set number 3 as Winters again back to serve. She served 6 straight. She served 11 straight in set number 2. Set number 1, she served into the net on her first serve and an ace for Winters. We are at 8-2. Haga, and it was dug by Sykes. Haga got it to the front row, but nobody there could do anything with it, and that makes it 9-2. 8 straight service points, and another ace. Make it 10-2, excuse me. 10-2 is the score. And that one's going to go as Willie got there, made a good attack at it, but it's a little too hard, out of bounds. 10 straight points for Winters, and it went right at the head pretty much of Linder Howe. She got an arm on it, but it went out of bounds, an ace, and it's 12-2. Haga has to chase it out of the bleachers, and it's going to be Winters back to serve again. She's not going to mess with the jump serve. She's going to keep sending them straight over here. As Lauren Winters, another serve. Sykes a good dig that time. Spangler gets it up, and then Mason pushes it across. Parker with the set. Winters, then Klossing puts it across. Now Mason's going to push it back across. Rankin's going to hit it right back. Haga pushes it across. Now Winters with the set to Rankin. Rankin's attack is going to be dug by Sykes, upped by Linder Howe. Mason's going to get there and push it back across again. This time it is Giddings. Now to Rankin. Rankin's hit. Linder Howe gets there. Nice little rally here. As now it's going to be Parker as she sets Winters, and Winters is going to hit it in. A back row attack by Winters, and a point for the Heat. A good rally there between the two squads, and unfortunately for BPC, the Heat come up with the point, 13-2. They lead now here in set number 3. Third and final deciding set here, and another ace for Winters. 14-2 is now the score. So Lauren Winters is going to go back to serve again. This is a deep serve, and Willie got there and just took a swing at it. It goes out of bounds. Possession, or another point, excuse me. You can tell I do too much basketball recently. And now Winters is going to try the jump serve as her team leads 15-2. She's going to get it across, and Sykes cannot control it. Another point, 15 straight service points for Winters and the Heat, and a timeout to BPC. And with that, we'll take a short break. 16-2 is the score here in set number 3. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Welcome back to BPC High School. 16-2 is the score. Lauren Winters is on a 15-point service run here, and she's going to go back after one jump serve. She's going back to the standard overhand serve, and it's going to hit Spangler as it kind of ate her up a little bit. Spangler is a front row player playing right at the 10-foot line, and that just dropped right across on her. 16 straight service points, and the jump serve coming back here for Winters. That's going to be out of bounds, long and to the left, and a side out for BPC. Back to serve for the Spartans is number 24, Caroline Spangler. Spangler's had a little success serving. Giddings with the dig. It went right to the net, though. The setter, who is Winters, couldn't do anything with it. And a service point for the Spartans. And Spangler, she gets another one here. She ate Giddings up that time, and another point for BPC. A good underhand server can do a lot here. If they have good control over placement, they can cause havoc for a lot of teams. And Carnes is going to dig that one and then putting it right back across. Natalie Willie reacting well to an overpass, and it's going to be another point as she gets the kill. 17-5 is now the score. And another ace for Spangler. 4 points for Spangler, and it's 17-6. One set apiece. Spangler, another serve coming here. She has great placement on her serve. And Giddings again with problems. Clausing tracks down the errant pass, but can't do anything with it. And another point for BPC and Caroline Spangler, who has scored 5 straight now, as they are back within 9, 17-8. It was 17-2 when she got to serve. And another ace. So they've updated the score. I thought I was right earlier. So it is 17-9 now. I didn't count a point earlier because I thought I'd missed one, but the scoreboard caught up. So she has scored 7 straight points now for BPC. Another underhand serve. Giddings with a good receive this time. Not such good set for. He's pushed across by Rankin. Now Sykes has it, and a struggle on the receiving of the bump by Rankin, and it's going to be a side out to the Heat and a point. 19-9 is the score. There's a nice hit by Giddings and a kill. Parker is the server. Again, the scoreboard has 19, so I guess they've caught up now, so it's 19-9. Parker's the serve for the Heat, and it's going to go into the net after an overpass for BPC. And it'll be serving for BPC's Linder Howe. It's 19-10. Winters sets Giddings, and it's going to go over Linder Howe's head, and Giddings gets the kill, and a side out back to BPC, or back to West Central, 20-10 is now the score. Back to serve for the Heat is number 5, Lainey Clausing. High underhand serve. Sykes with the set. Willie's going to push it across. And Winters is going to do the same, and it's going to go right back. As Rankin, I believe, was down there, pushed it across, and a kill for Rankin. A point for Clausing. And it's 21-10. Here in set number 3. Winner of this set gets the match victory. Another underhand serve. Mason with the bump. Sykes with the set. Willie with the hit. It's going to be Meyer with it, and Meyer's going to attack after a bump set, and it is out of bounds on the attack, a hitting error, and a side out to BPC. 21-11 is the score. Back to serve for the Spartans, number 14, Addison Mason. Nice deep serve back there was Parker. Winters gets it across to Rankin. Rankin, nice little knock back to the back row, but it's put right back across by BPC. And then Sykes and Willie are both there to knock it across on an overpass, and another point for BPC. It's 21-12. and a point for Mason on the serve. Winters with the set, Meyer with the attack. It's going to be English, and then Willie, who tried to get to it, almost took the umpire off the chair. And it's going to be a point for the Heat, 22-12. And Carnes is going to, nope, it's not going to be Carnes. It's going to be Ludington, excuse me. I was out of rotation there. So Ludington back to serve. She'll also be the setter with her team leading 22-12 here in set number 3. Sykes with the reception of the serve. Haga is going to put it right back across. Now Ludington with the set. Winters with the kill as it goes deep into the back right corner. A kill for Winters. And it's 23-12 here in set number 3. Peyton Ludington. Another serve, and that goes into the net and into the foul pole. Side out to BPC. Back to serve for the Spartans is number 21, Natalie Willie. She had 4 service points in the last game. There's Klossing. It's going to be set by Ludington. And Meyer is going to be on the attack. A hitting error results in a point for BPC as Ludington was there. Kind of got her arm behind her and the ball behind her and wasn't able to get on top of it. So it's 23-14. Now Ludington a bump set. Winters from the 10-foot line is going to just get it to roll over the net. Haga was there and just hit it once but couldn't get it over. And it's going to be match point for Giddings now, 24-14. Giddings on the serve. Willie's going to take a swipe at it. Mason has it. Now Willie's going to try and get it across. She cannot. And that's going to be the game, set, and match, as they say, for the Heat as they pick up the win in 7th grade action. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with a few service points here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor postgame show right after this.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to BPC High School 7th grade action. The Heat got the win over BPC 2-1, 25-12 the final. So it was 25-21 BPC, then 25-13, 25-12 for the Heat as they win in 3 sets. In the final 2 sets, Lauren Winters had 26 service points. So that's how we'll end there. There's 7 service points for Caroline Spangler in the 3rd set. So a few good service sessions for BPC, but unable to do a whole lot there in the 2nd and 3rd sets. Again, West Central gets the 21-25, 25-13, 25-12 3-set win in 7th grade action. You're listening to the JoJo's Gaming Parlor postgame show. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. So with that, we will end our first broadcast of the night here for the 7th grade action. Again, we'll come back before 8th grade appreciation starts. So make sure you stick around and get on our YouTube channel. That's Hewlett Public Pro LLC YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Get on there and subscribe. And be ready for the 8th grade game to go live. And as soon as it goes live, we'll have the 8th grade appreciations. Thanks for watching this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.